Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch if you're new here. I'm a big Bitcoin DeFi bull. I have a theoretical portfolio, right? Not financial advice that I talk about all the time. It includes things like Stacks, DIKO, Alex, Trac, Ghosty Cash, ORNJ. I've kind of removed ORNJ and Ghosty Cash just because of regulatory risk. I had BVM. I personally have that part of a theoretical portfolio, but the Stacks community doesn't trust it. Trac, Tap, everything under that. I also suggest you have exposure to L1s that you think will perform well, like Solana, Ethereum. I've said that a few times. I don't really harp on that, but personally, I think that is a good idea to get exposure to all those ecosystems under it, right? Like Solana released a new DeFi thing today, like called Camino, right? And you have to have indirect exposure to those things. I personally feel like I don't talk about that as much. It's very hard to understand multiple chains and everything under it. So I advocate for really understanding one chain, which is for me Bitcoin, and then having exposure to all those other L1s. But today we're going to be talking about Tap, which is under Trac, right? Or Tap protocol. We're going to be talking about Trac, the price movement. We're going to be talking about Trio. I've been saying for now 6 to 24 months that I think we could go down or chop sideways. Right? I criticized the Fed for not raising rates. I think they need to raise them more. But I think we should be in quality just in case it does happen that we don't moon and go back up. That's just the way I feel. You could have some exposure to memes, but I don't think you should be aping your whole portfolio into WELSH. That's just what I feel personally. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So today, just to reiterate, Michael Saylor is building on ordinals for a decentralized identity. I think that's brilliant. It's going to bring more mainstream money into it. Now, let's get right into it. My guess is Tap and Trac will be bigger than Runes, but I'm retardio. So Runes has been popping off with this a little bit of recovery rally, but I think Trac is going to be more versatile. I think there's going to be more DeFi products under it. I think it's going to have more builders. I think there's going to be more capital. I could be absolutely wrong about that, right? So please don't just take my word of advice. Go listen to other people. Now, the price action here in Trac, absolutely bullish. It's been broke out of this huge wedge downward. Can we sustain it? It depends on Bitcoin. But this is after the snapshot for the Tap airdrop. So I believe you will be getting your Tap if you do have Trac in your wallet. And this is bullish, right? After Karma, it dropped from like $7 to under $1. And everyone was like, oh my God, giving up on Trac. I said, no, I absolutely don't think, right? That doesn't mean I took profits. It doesn't mean I did take profits or didn't, right? It just means that I have not given up on this on the way to a 50 or 100x, whatever it was. I've been talking about this since 20 cents. I still think this has the potential for a 50 to 100x, absolutely, at this market cap. So we'll see. It's less than 100 million. And I just want to say there's not a lot of chain links or, the grass under Bitcoin right now. Alex Lab is doing something. Trio is maybe dabbling in that. They've hinted at. So I think it's absolutely lunacy if you don't have exposure to this. That's just the way I feel, right? I'm not a technical guy, but just looking at the broad space and understanding how crypto works, that I know that these things are vitally important. So it seems like this is like just a no-brainer, right? Institutions want to, stake their Trac or whatever they call it, become a validator or whatever it is. So anyway, other influencers talking about it now, right? They like Ghosty, like Trac. I really love Ghosty. I think it's a fantastic product. I think they should build a non-privacy wallet only, so it gets more less risky in terms of regulatory crackdown. But absolutely beautiful product. It's going under Tap, right? If you're afraid of getting exposure to that, I still think you should get Tap or Trac, right? I mean, those are indirect exposure. It's kind of like the mutual fund for everything under Tap, right? Trac is. So absolutely love all the products they're building under it. They've got this new exchange, right? They're listing, they're having a launch pad with CoinList or whatever this is. So they're absolutely building. They are finally getting to the point where they might start releasing products. I think the market's bullish. I think a lot of people were just sitting on the sidelines, and now I think they're deploying capital if Bitcoin continue to go up, right? So let's talk about Trio next. Builders focus on vision, not volatility. I agree. I think Trio is a fantastic product. Now I know and I acknowledge there's absolutely risk to this. How much allocation does the team have? They have competition from Luminex on Rune with the Runes Magic Eden partnership, but this is the type of wedge I would like to own. Quality, not a WELSH wedge, right? If you know what WELSH Corgi coin is, this is the type of quality I want to be in right now instead of a meme token. Right, definite risks, but this has launched. It went way up and came back down. I think it would be crazy not to have some exposure to this. I think they've got good partnerships. I think they've got a good team. I think this is a brilliant new product that is coming to Bitcoin. I think it's an absolute necessary product. That doesn't mean it will succeed, right? But I think there's a good chance that it can. So I'm bullish on it, right? Like I said, is this just me or is this tight, right? The wedge forming. Can anyone comment on trio competition risk? Do they have a substantial edge? Worried about partnerships with Luminix on Magic Eden, right? So I acknowledge there is, you should know the risk if you are going to invest in these things. Absolutely. So again, other things that have been performing well, right? Runes absolutely popping off. So, you know, if you want to dabble in these are, what do you call it? Memes. Pretty interesting. And then the other one I'm bullish on is Rock, right? That just got on Alex. This is a Stacks meme. Just, you know, on the side, not part of a theoretical portfolio. Now, that's pretty much what I have to say about Tap and Trac. Now, I just want to talk about my theoretical portfolio that I've been talking about for a long time, right? And everything I'm still bullish on, right? So you got Bitcoin, obviously, Trac, Stacks, DIKO, Alex, Valar, right? Bitflow Finance is not released. That's going to be one of them. Then you have other ones, Sovereign also. I liked BVM. Stacks community didn't like that. And then you have ORNJ and Ghosty Cash. I personally still love Ghosty Cash. I think there's a lot of regulatory risk, so I would be very careful about that if you're in the U.S. And then ORNJ, I really love the idea of a wallet having a coin. I think you can make a lot of partnerships and business models, but they continue to have risk, right? They have not released a product. I hope it's like Trac and Tap where they eventually do, right? So those ones on the end, right? Ghosty Cash, Sovereign, or not Sovereign, Ghosty Cash, ORNJ, right? Those are kind of removed, and BVM because people find it extremely risky because of the past endeavors with like a meme token with BVM. I still personally love all of them, right? I think they're all worth having a small allocation. But just giving you an update on the theoretical portfolio, I have not given up on this bull market. I don't think we're going to be in a bear market as long as we were. I think there's a real chance that we do chop sideways or go down substantially for 6 to 24 months. That doesn't mean we will, right? There's a lot of things that make me feel that way, a lot of confusion in the market, a lot of meme tokens, right? Whiff on Dome, I called the perfect top. I was like, okay, this is enough. I mean, this is obviously going to be a pullback. There's no new money coming in. But if we can refocus, right, and I tweeted about this, if we can refocus on quality projects, Trio, Trac, right, everything under Solana or whatever it may be, DeFi, then I think we can continue back up. You know, macro data, I think they're making a huge mistake by not trying to take inflation out completely. I mean, I think inflation is way out of control personally. I think the CPI readings are hands down wrong, but I could be wrong about all that. So I think that's very disheartening. But, you know, if they cut rates and we pump, so be it. I'm here for it. I'm positioned well theoretically. So we'll see. Please don't take my financial advice for everything. And I just want to say, including in my theoretical portfolio, and I've said this before, I think it's important to have exposure to L1s where you don't understand the ecosystem on there. Like Avalanche, I like. Solana, I like. You know, if you like Algorand, I personally don't. But I recommend you really understand one ecosystem and then have exposure to other L1s where you don't have the time necessarily to go into the things under it, right? So if some type of DeFi protocol pumps under Solana, that pumps, but you also get exposure via Solana. So that's the way I would look at it personally. Anyway, you could call me Hunch. Have a great day. I love you. I got a hunch, and I think that it's Tap and Trac.